Hello again and welcome to the online Kimekomi tutorial. I know it's been a long time since I updated this, but my life has been changing and I've taken a bit of a hiatus. I'm back to it today. I've actually gotten a new teacher and I've learned a lot about new things to do with Kimekomi, so without further ado, let me show you a few tips and tricks that modify advice I've given in the past. The first tip I'm going to give you is about straightening out the hair on a doll. In the past, I said that you could put the head in like the neck of a bottle and have the hair hang down behind it, and this would cause the hair to straighten out just through gravity. Well, this works fairly well in a very humid climate, say Japan. It does not work so well in a very dry climate like what I live in, so you'll notice that I finished the doll I was working on the last episode, so I'm going to be working with a new one now. This doll right here, her hair is kind of curly because her head has been crammed in a box and the hair has been folded up. And since it's synthetic, it kind of takes whatever shape it's crammed into. So I'm going to straighten this out. Now the easiest way to do this is I've got a little thing of water here. Let's see. There you go. And I'm going to just dip my fingers in that, not get them too wet, and shake them off a little bit. See, they're not dripping, they're just kind of damp. There you go. And I've got that, you might want to do this when you finish doing the doll, and you've put the head in. And you've got the hair dangling down like this. You got your damp fingers, and just gently start combing through the hair with your fingers, just a little bit at a time, and then when your fingers, when all the water comes off your fingers, dip it again, shake it off, and start running your fingers through the hair. Don't get them wet. Don't get it too wet. Just slightly damp. Because otherwise, if the clothes get wet, it could cause problems with the clothes. Anyway, that's that piece of advice. And this actually straightens out the hair quite nice. You can see right now that it's already started to straighten out a little bit. So that should help you with your hair. The next tip and trick I'm going to give you is on making grooves and lines deeper. Now, I've learned on the last few dolls that especially when you're working with brocade fabric, which this doll is all brocade fabric, your life is going to be a whole lot easier if your lines are quite deep, because then you can cram extra brocade in. If it starts to fray, you can cram all the frayed bits in. If you're doing like kasane layering, you can fit more of the folded bits into the grooves. So, there are several ways you can do this. If you're good with a carving knife, you can use a carving knife. I find that rather ham-fisted. I've got this little knife right here, which just looks like a normal Kimekomi knife, only it is really thin and kind of sharp. So, and I got this from Mataro. I'm sure you can get them elsewhere. So I'm going to use my normal Kimekomi knife. You can see how much fatter that one is than the other one. I'm going to use it and I'm going to dip it in the water just so it has water on the edge of it, because it's the biggest knife and it can have the most water on the edge of it. And I'm going to put that water in one of my grooves that I want to make deeper. And this is to soften up the wood powder so that it's easier to carve out. Okay, so I've got it in this middle one right here. So I am now going to take my knife, or you can even use this thing. I found this thing is actually better than just a normal carving knife. But I'm just going to take my little knife and I'm going to go over that until it is a couple millimeters deeper than it was. And you will be so happy that you did this. I know we're spending a lot of time on making the body nice, but in the end it really does result in a better doll. And you'll be so thankful when you start to put the clothes on that you've made these lines deeper and that you have a smooth base, because when you have a smooth base, the cloth tends to move around a lot less. And when these lines are deep, you really get cleaner lines. So anyway, that's that advice. On to patching, which is the next episode. Thank you.